This is volume 3 of the Poor Boy Video Studio, and basically it covers different ways to use your camera around the studio. There are various camera trucks, from shoulder mounts to auto mounts, that we want to discuss here. And this is examples of what we build at the Desert Wind Production Studio. Okay, we're going to start with the various camera trucks that we use in the studio. And this little dude here is an ugly duckling, but he works fine for us. And basically this is a three-wheeled walker that we put inch conduit on, and it tied in right there. And I've got to put one more brace. We get a little wobbling on it, but it isn't bad, and if you're careful, it works great. And the advantage to this, well, let me wheel him around a little bit. We can do truck shots in the shop, or if we're setting the cameras up, it's really cool because you're always dragging tripods around. We'll set him where we want. And we got this little brake system which does a kind of a cool little camera move when you hit the brakes. And this is really a versatile little dude. Let me swing it around here, and Steve can pull in. This is a HDMI monitor, and it connects directly to the HDMIs. All of our HDV cameras have HDMI connections, so we just turn our little monitor on. So you've got a monitor so you can monitor your shots as you're rolling through them. And I want to show you the little variations that we can do on this. One of them is you can take your camera off there and put it here, so if you want a higher shot on the camera, your camera's up there and your monitor's here. You can still monitor what you're shooting with the camera at that perspective. So this little dude will go pretty high because your camera's sitting up there that high if you want it. We're always looking for interesting shots. And then we've got the opposite run. You can take, if you want to do the little scary dog chase shots, you can set your camera down here, and this guy will set right. I don't know why he doesn't want to turn, but he don't want to turn. He's just tight. But anyway, you can shoot your camera at that and run after your victim or whatever you want to do. And actually, you could go down and hook into this if you want to shoot at this level. So little Trey is a very versatile piece of equipment with not too much of an expense. I got this at a yard sale for 20 bucks, and a few little fittings, and you've got a nice truck. I looked up a new one. One thing I would like to have on this, which I don't have, some of the new walkers have locking brakes. And I was thinking about buying a set of locking brakes for Trey, because that would be sweet, because then you could lock it just like your tripod. But I think these things sell for about 120 bucks new, and I've worked in the studio with the big studio trucks, and they're smooth and nice, but for mobile, nice little truck, this little guy's hard to beat. And he's small enough that you can take him in a house and go down halls and whatever, and do your shots. So there's actually a major little truck that we use in the studio a lot. And we call him Trey because he's got 3 legs, and I probably should have painted the weight. I discovered when I got my big camera out front, he wants to tip, so I went down to a secondhand store and got, I don't know what that is, 10 pounds or whatever, and it balanced everything out, and Trey works sweet. We've had him uptown, and we like him. This is our third day of filming the Poor Boy video grip stuff, and this here is a vertical truck, and it is a work in progress because I have several design things I have to change. And as you build this stuff, they're all works in progress because you have this idea to create it, and this is a great idea, but there's a few little design and engineering things that have to be changed on it to make it a really super functional piece of equipment. But anyway, I call it a vertical truck because this unit here, which is 1/8 inch Luan with inch styrofoam in there and 3/4 inch PVC pipe screwed on top of it with a couple of wood units in there for the screws to tie into. But these, I think I weighed one of these once, and I think they're around 8 pounds, so that you can make a little pile of them, and they're easy to carry, don't weigh anything to speak of, and this is a modular unit, and the next one will button right up to this with your 3/4 inch PVC, and your wheels are run right over there without a hitch. And this is an 8-foot panel. You put another panel, you've got 16 feet. Another panel, you've got 24 feet out there. And you can make it basically as long as you want, as many panels as you want to build. And you can truck 2 people, your talent, walking along as long as you would like. And the real beauty of this little unit is that you can adjust your height. And see how easy that little dude rolls? Okay, I'm not going to let it get away from me. Maybe I'll let it get... No, I don't want it to get away from me. I can't stop it from getting away from me. But if you have a dip in the ground, or say you want to go over a curb on the street, you can set this second unit to whatever height that you want. And then as you go on to the next panel, there's only one unit on each panel from here on out. And you can set the height of that unit so that you can basically have concave ground and set your truck up, and she's going to run perfectly level. If you have 2 people, say in a park or whatever, and you got uneven ground for your truck, you set your truck height, and you've got a perfect truck. And I've got these little stoppers because I've lost stuff off the end of it because that thing runs really smooth. So basically, that's the vertical truck, which is, like I say, it's an idea I'm working on, and it's almost complete. And everything that you do work on, you'll find little faux pas and things that don't happen. My major one here is I use this wood board for the back of this, and you should have this so that you can tighten it up, because this wheel should spin tightly, and if it sits tightly on those 2 trucks, you can do a boom or whatever. Let me walk out of this camera for just a second. Okay, and here's a boom unit that I was building for this, and basically this is set up. Let me pull this camera off. Only take me a second. Set the camera off, and set this boom unit Well, I'm not gonna. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We might do a little cut. We're trying to make this thing shorter, and you'll see a little blip in the. Okay, say you've got a boom unit. Well, it's spinning around, so it looks like this. You can put your boom. I'm going to go from the side. Steve's going to follow me down here. With your pan head, you can set your boom however you want. With this unit, got a little key here. You can go out as long as you want with your boom. And I've been drawing different engineering things for booms for a year now, and I still haven't got quite what I want yet. But basically this will have inch metal in it, so it's stiffer, and you can turn your camera. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can turn your cameras to get your boom shot and do different things with your cameras out there. And when this wheel is tight here, you'll be able to put an 8-foot beam, and that camera's gonna ride right with it. So anyway, that's basically the vertical truck and a few of the ideas to go with the vertical truck. Okay, from the experimental project to something that works and really works well, and this is a shoulder mount. And in designing a shoulder mount, I discovered that your shoulder isn't flat. Like most cameras that you mount on your shoulder just has a flat bottom, but your shoulder isn't flat. It comes up. So this is kind of an odd shaped little dude, but I designed it so that it fit nicely on my shoulder. And we're going to put our little handy cam on here. And these are great little cameras. The only downfall on them is you've got to really watch your pan speed, because if you pan too much, it'll do a little blur on you. But other than that, you can use them for just about anything. They're high def, they're great little cameras. Okay, there's our handy cam on a shoulder mount. Put that, lock that in place, and I like to hold it right here. And you can hold your handy cam to run your little unit, but you can step, run, and do anything that the folks at the football game, you see them running around with those $50,000 and $100,000 cameras. And this gives you a good steady footing, and if you're a smooth runner, you can run with it. And you open your viewfinder, it's right in front of your face, and I put the big camera on it, it works great too. But anyway, there's a little shoulder mount, and I left this open because I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to hook a bungee between the mount and your belt. Then you wouldn't even have to, it would kind of hold itself in place. Or if you wanted to put more weight, you can put more weight on it. But with it locked to your shoulder, I don't really think you would need more weight, but there's different things you can do with it, and I left that option kind of open by leaving myself a little space there. And anyway, that's a little unit that works great. Okay, now a little more complex unit, and this is our window unit. Steve does a lot of nature shooting, and he sits in his car and shoots it, and you can do pans going by lakes and different things in your car. Your car kind of works as a tripod. And the way this is set up, you've got the little thumb screws that'll tighten this right down on your glass. And then this goes on the side of the car. These are good rubber things that really locks it on. So it's really a unit that locks right onto your car. And I'm going to put a pan head on it. We use these Velbond pan heads on everything in the studio so that we just have one block on our cameras. We don't have to be changing the auto connects on our cameras. There's that pan head on. I'm going to lock her on pretty good. Okay. Yeah, she's set. And when you're shooting, I'm going to turn it this way so we can see our adjustments. When you're shooting out of an automobile, you want this to be perfectly level, because when you do your pans around, you want everything to be perfectly level. If you're off at an angle, everything gets weird. So with this little window mount, we have a couple of adjustments. One is this little dude here, which allows you to set your camera on your vehicle in this direction, so we're level here. And the other direction is this, and this little slot here allows you to set it this way. So you've actually got two adjustments for setting the level on your vehicle. Say your vehicle's parked on a hill a little bit, your vehicle's there, but your camera still can be level. And this is a little thumb screw that sets, and when both these are set, your camera's locked into that position. And like I say, your pan head is completely level. And we're going to take this out and put it on Steve's little truck and show you how it works both on the outside and the inside of the vehicle. Okay, here we are at Steve's little Toyota pickup. This is actually designed for my 4Runner over there, but the Toyota and the 4Runner are basically the same units, and if you make your own stuff, you design it for your automobile. But here's our little bit of window showing. We lock the little dude in place, hit our rubber, we're solid there, and then this here allows us to adjust our level of our pan head, and right tight back is pretty level. Then this, release this, allows us to set our level on the other plane. And I'm going to set it about there. We set our screw tight. And then we've got our pan head level, so that when you go all the way around, you're level. And then we set our set screws on the window, and this unit is tight on there. And actually, I think you could drive and shoot with it, but I think I would put a tether on the camera just in case. But anyway, we're going to set our camera in place on it, lock our camera, and a little tightness there. There we go. And with your camera in place here, you can park, use it as a tripod. You can lock your camera in place and do those shots past the beautiful lake beside the road, or you can shoot a vehicle behind you, or a vehicle in front of you, and if your mirror's in the way, you can put your unit up a little higher. And also, you can swing around and shoot folks inside the car. If you've got somebody that you want to be talking to, the driver, you can shoot them, or, depends on your window, you can go into the back seat. But anyway, this is a very versatile little unit, and the plus of it is you can set it level, so all your shots and all your pans. I'm going to open the door now and show you that it can be mounted on the inside if it's raining or something. So shut the camera off, Steve, and we'll go inside. Okay, here's our little unit. I just lifted it off the back of the window. You have to take and scoop with your finger a little bit on this rubber tab. We're going to put her here, and it's obvious that it ain't going to work real well there, but I got a little 2x4 block. See my 2x4 block? I put it here, and with our adjusting foot down below, we can set our camera level, set our lock nut. We look at it this way, we gotta go a little bit, set it that way. And here's our camera on the inside position. You either can shoot folks on the inside of your car, or you can swing around, raining like hell. And your camera's on the inside, and you can do whatever shooting with a perfect pan. So basically, there's the window mount that you can get your tools out and build yourself, and you'll be in good shape. We just did our little complex auto mount, but here is simplicity to the max. And this basically is a little unit that people use to carry glass around, and you can buy it at any Ace Hardware. I got this at an Ace Hardware, and did put this little unit on it, ran a bolt up through it, and this is for a pan head, but you could go directly to your camera if you want. And we have a Corvette sitting in the studio here, and this gives us a flat surface. We put this little dude on, pull her tight, and there's your camera mount. You got your pan head on here, and you got two people sitting inside your car talking, and you can do that shot very easily. And if you're brave, I guess you can turn the camera around and shoot it driving down the road, but I think I'd tie a little bungee or something on it, because these things are very, very solid. And just do your release, and there it is, and there's Mr. Simplicity. Well, that's our project, and it's getting dark outside, and we're going to put the thing together, and we wanted to do one little production, and now we're gonna do it. That was Mr. Simplicity, and it was just one of the various camera devices that we use to get our shots in the studio and in the field. And it is the last of the 3 projects that we wanted to show on the Poor Boy Video Studio demos that we're going to put on YouTube.
Lost in space, bored by endless commercials, worn to the bone, need to get away? Put a smile on that face, open those baby blues. Plasmovisions has arrived at Amazon.com. Buy it now. Great for meditation, a tool for band or DJ backdrop. Adds a little spice to your favorite tunes, plus mind-blowing sound design with Stan's World.